Dear students, welcome to Ammu's Simple Maths for Class 10 CBSE Mathematics. I am your Maths teacher, Mrs. Amudavalli. In today's session, in this video, you are going to learn the derivation of quadratic formula, that is from chapter 4, quadratic equation. Shall we proceed to the video? Yes, derivation of quadratic formula. Already in my previous videos, that is the concept map of quadratic equation, I have briefed you about the various methods of solving quadratic equations. The first method is quadratic equation solving by factorization, that already you had seen. And the second one is completing the square method. And third one is solving through the quadratic formula. Now, in this video, you are going to learn, I am going to teach you how to derive the quadratic formula by the method of completing the square method. So, through the method of completing square, we are going to derive the quadratic formula. Okay. So, before we step into the procedure for generating the quadratic formula, we have to recall the standard form of the quadratic equation. What is the standard form of the quadratic equation? That is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0 and a, b, c are the real numbers. Okay. What is the first step? Make the coefficient of x squared unity. What is the coefficient of x squared in the standard form of the quadratic equation? The coefficient of x squared is a. So, you have to make the coefficient of x squared as 1. So, how will you achieve this? You have to divide throughout by a. So, what you have to do? You have to divide the standard form of the quadratic equation, both the sides, that is left hand side as well as the right hand side, you have to divide by a. So, when you divide all the terms by a on the left hand side, see ax squared by a, you will get a get cancelled, you will get x squared, and bx by a, you will get b by ax, plus c divided by a, you will get c by a, that is equal to 0 by a, you will get 0. So, this is the first step. Second step, shift the constant term to the right hand side. What is the constant term? C by a. So, when it get transposed to the right side, it becomes minus c by a. So, it becomes x squared plus b by a x equal to minus c by a. So, step 2 over. Step 3. Add the square of half of the coefficient of x on both the sides. Now watch carefully. What is the half of the coefficient of x? What is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is b by a. What is half of that? You should multiply half with b by a. So you are multiplying 1 by 2 with b by a. So you are getting b by 2a. Then square of that. So the whole square, that is b by 2a the whole square. You have to add it on both the sides. So since here the square, this term is missing, we are completing the square. Since the third term, the square term is missing here, we are completing the square in such a way, we are adding the square term on both the sides. We have found out half of the coefficient of x and squared, and we added on both the sides. Okay. Step 3 got over. Now step 4. Write the left hand side as a perfect square and simplify the right hand side. Now you watch carefully, you observe all the terms on the left hand side. Now you see x squared plus b by ax plus b by 2a the whole squared. It resembles the expanded form of a plus b the whole squared, that is nothing but a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So what is here? A stands for x. And what is b stands for? That is b by 2a. So we can write, see, a squared as x squared, 2 a is x and b is b by 2a plus b squared is b by 2a the whole square. Now on simplification, in the second term, 2 in the denominator, 2 in the numerator get cancelled. So we are getting b by ax and b by 2a the whole square. So by observing all the terms on the left hand side, so it is nothing but this is the expanded form of x plus b by 2a the whole squared. So x plus b by 2a the whole squared, that is on the left hand side. Now we have to simplify the expression on the right hand side. b by 2a the whole squared is b squared by 4a squared minus c by a. So we have to treat these two as fractions and find LCM. LCM is 4a squared, and here for c by a, see the multiplication factor will be 4a. So you have to multiply 4a into c. So b squared minus 4ac will be the numerator and denominator will become 4a squared. So now you are getting x plus b by 2a the whole squared equal to b squared minus 4ac by 4a squared. So step 4 got over. Now step 5. You have to, since you have to find the value for x, since you have to solve for x, what you have to do, you have to find the square root on both sides. When you find the square root for x plus b by 2a the whole squared, you are getting x plus b by 2a. And when you are finding the square root of b squared minus 4ac by 4a squared, you are getting plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac by 4a squared. Now observe the denominator. Denominator is 4a squared. So what is the square root of that is 2a. So you are getting plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac by 2a. So now what you have to do, you have to solve for x. So what you have to do, this b by 2a term you have to shift to the right side. So it becomes x equal to minus b by 2a plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac by 2a. Now you see, you observe here, this is the common denominator for both the terms, that is 2a and 2a. So let us take the common denominator and you can write it x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac by 2a is the required quadratic formula. So thus, through the method of completing the square, we have arrived at quadratic formula for solving quadratic equation. Okay. Now, I want you all to recall what I have briefed about that discriminant in the previous video, that is the concept map of quadratic equation. So the expression b squared minus 4ac can be represented by the capital letter D, that is nothing but discriminant. Discriminant is a very important concept because that determines the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. So in the place of b squared minus 4ac, you can replace the letter D and you can write the quadratic formula shortly as x equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a. So henceforth you can arrive at two roots like this. See, that is plus or minus root d. When you take plus root d, one root, and when you take minus root d, another value. So the two roots of the quadratic equations can be obtained through this formula. That is, one root is x equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a, and another root is x equal to minus b minus root d by 2a. Now I am concluding this video. If you find this video useful, kindly share, subscribe, and also save the links and post your valuable comments. Thank you, students.